for you this lesson from Unity of the Keys Spiritual Center. So before we begin, let's make sure everyone has what they need. And those online also have a white stone and a prayer partner slip if you'd like to have one. If you do not have a white stone right now, would you raise your hand so that our ushers can find you? Look at that. We did a great job. Everyone has a white stone. That is wonderful. And those online, hopefully you have yours also next to you. So we gather on this special day, the first Sunday in January, to set our intention for the new year. That's what today is all about, setting that intention for the new year, and to choose a name or an attribute which represent what we want to manifest in this new year, to reveal more of or to express more of in 2026, an expression of the divine in a greater way perhaps than ever before. In the Bible, we are told of many name changes. There was Saul. Remember Saul? He wasn't a good guy. He was a Pharisee, one of a group of Jews who policed the boundary of the law to make sure that Jews were faithful to the laws of Moses, and he actively persecuted those who became known as Christians, the followers of Jesus. On the road to Damascus, we're told that he was struck to his knees, that he was blind for 3 days, and he was given a new name at the time of his awakening. Saul, which means personal will, was renamed Paul, which means enlightened will. Saul represents that human, that small self, our self with a small s, that surrenders to the divine. He claimed his divine power, his higher self, and his name became Paul, enlightened. We're told of Abram, that as he grew in spiritual awareness, became Abraham. Sarai became Sarah. Jacob was renamed Israel. Simon was renamed Peter, which means faith. When we awaken to our inner spirit, we take on a new identity, a new name, so to speak. This refers to the new higher realization of the I am that we always are, the I am that is within us. The white stone is an ancient ritual with a long history. Back in the time of Jesus, when someone served time in prison, they were given a white stone upon their release to show that they were now free. Well, each of us comes from some sort of inner bondage, some error thought, some belief that we have thought about ourselves or others. Maybe a false grandiosity, thinking that we know it all. We're all bondage to something. None of us are past that, ever. None of us are permanently free from moments of uncertainty or fear or pride. It's part of our human experience for all of us. We are being given a white stone to signify our freedom of choice, our individual freedom to choose our thoughts, and to define how we experience our world, because that's up to us. In this ceremony, you'll be writing down a new name or an attribute for yourself, a quality, a divine expression that you will be guided to use this year to write on your stone. It's a name to live from. It's not necessarily the name on your paperwork, or the role you've been carrying, or the name pressed upon you by the world and all that entails. This is the name your highest self answers to, the name your soul speaks to you. When you write the word peace or love or harmony, you take on that essence. And those of you that have participated in this ceremony year after year, you've realized this. You've seen how writing on that stone and placing it where you see it really helps enhance that which you desire to express more of. You take it on. That is our holy desire, that from this experience, it's an experience of the heart, not of the intellect. Because Life doesn't simply rise to your hopes. It rises from your intention, from your thoughts, from your actions, and from the name that you live from. That's what you're putting out in the world, and that is where intention arises. And the world will meet you there. For the universe conspires for our good. We simply need to share with it what we desire. So this is not merely symbolic, although it is. It brings us to a moment of clarity, a moment of choice, a moment to stop letting the past speak for you and for me. And if we don't pause long enough to name that which we wish to carry forward, we will simply bring with us whatever we've been carrying from our old identity and wondering why life is answering us the same way. Today is not about choosing a word that sounds good. It's about listening for the name that can hold you, can be you. You can be it in expression when the world does come pressing down upon you, as it will. So as you hold your white stone in your hand, know that you are starting this new year with a clean slate. A clean slate. See it as a symbol for you, for this new year, of who you've become, who you are becoming, who you would like to become. Feel the stone in your hand now. This is a very special stone, and actually today is the last of our supplies. These are no longer being sold. These are Jerusalem tiles. These came from Jerusalem, from the area called Hebron. It's traveled many miles to rest in your hand right now, just as you have traveled many miles on your own personal path, your spiritual pathway to be where you are. A white stone, a fresh start, a clean slate full of promise and expectancy, possibility, potential. And if you're at home, you have found the stone that feels perfect for you. Feel that in your hand, the stone that you have chosen to use for today. Even as you, especially if you have one of these stones, you can feel imperfections. Isn't that perfect? Isn't that perfect? For our paths have been filled with missteps, errors, what we call failures. No, they are not. They're simply steps. Absolutely. It also signifies your freedom. Freedom from being bondage to old beliefs, to old thought patterns. And so I invite you to consciously invite the activity of your mind, spirit, infinite love, all that is, however you refer to that, into your heart and mind for the next few minutes. I invite you to give your ego a rest and to just allow yourself to meld into this time and to experience as Chris is going to share music with you.